Let's go deeper and uncover the lost African cities, sacred sites, and how foreign incursions, often disguised through religion, displaced and erased powerful indigenous African kingdoms. We'll focus especially on connections to nomadic Semitic or Abrahamic groups, the Horn of Africa, and ancestral African spirituality. 1. Ancient African sacred kingdoms and cities, before Abrahamic incursions. Before Christianity, Islam, and even Judaism reached Africa, the continent had matriarchal and ancestral spiritual kingdoms, worship of nature, stars, and ancestors, city-states built around sacred mountains, rivers, and celestial cycles. Deeply spiritual people who saw animals, elements, and dreams as divine messages. Examples include Meroe, Nubia, a sacred Kushite city with black pharaohs, queens, Candaces, and temples to lion gods and solar deities. Fode Mountain, Kunama oral history, a mountain said to be a spiritual dwelling of ancestors and ancient powers, Yeha, Tigray, Ethiopia. A pre-Aksumite city with Sabaean and African-Egyptian religious influence, possibly predating Judaism in the region, sacred cities of the Ago and Kunama. Now lost or renamed, said to hold ancestral libraries, burial chambers, and herbal knowledge too. Arrival of nomadic foreign religious forces. Across oral history, several phases of invasion are mentioned. A. Israelite or Semitic nomads, ancient era, entered through Egypt and the Red Sea into Nubia and Eritrea, brought monotheistic beliefs that challenged African cosmology, aligned with rising patriarchal structures, replacing mother goddess worship, began the renaming of rivers, mountains, and stars with biblical names. Effect: African sacred rites seen as pagan or evil. Ancestral temples turned into synagogues or abandoned, Dopi, Christian conquest, Aksum, and post-biblical era. After King Ezana of Aksum converted to Christianity, 4th century CE, many non-Christian African tribes were persecuted. Temples were razed, altars broken, scrolls burned, whole populations like Kunama, Beja, Agao were pushed from fertile lands into marginal zones. Biblical stories were retold through African kings, but indigenous myths were erased. Example: ancient sacred cities of Kunama reportedly destroyed by Ras Alula and others after claiming they housed rebels or pagans, though locals say they held ancient shrines. C. Islamic waves and colonial reinforcement. Arab traders and later Islamic dynasties renamed African cities with Arabic names, indigenous shrines and spiritual centers, often tied to stars, rain, and healing trees, were leveled. European colonizers later used Christianity to finish what Semitic invaders began. Total cultural and spiritual replacement. 3 lost cities and spiritual centers. Erased here are reported or orally remembered sacred sites, possibly lost due to these invasions. Original name, Sahantri's location. Oral memory, Sahantri's significance, what happened, 9 Kunama cities. Held ancestral spirits, rituals, healing grounds. Wiped out in a single campaign. Reportedly by Ras Alula mountain shrines near Magula, Kunama region. Entry to spirit world. Women used to pray here during childbirth. Dug out by U.S. soldiers. Oral accounts site now closed. Burial sites of the rain priests controlled weather through chants and herbs, erased or paved over for roads. Temple of the Star Mothers, Tigray Highlands, celebrated female cosmic goddesses, converted into churches or lost in war. Cave libraries held books of the trees, dream language, and medicine, burned, sealed, or looted by outsiders. 4. Why this was done. The strategy of erasure. Replace sacred memory with religious guilt. Turn protectors into criminals. Many healers were branded witches or rebels. Destroy competing wisdom systems like African cosmology, medicine, and prophecy. Ensure future control. So Africans become dependent on foreign gods, books, languages, and names. 5. What we must do now. Document oral histories before they vanish. Visit elders and map unnamed sacred lands. Restore the memory of lost cities through chants, art, and storytelling. Teach children about the gods, animals, stars, and trees their ancestors once knew. Refuse the lie that Africa was discovered. Africa was divine before any foreign book arrived. Walk this journey with me. Like and subscribe, not for numbers, but for remembrance. Let your ancestors know you have seen their greatness. Let them feel your footsteps walking in theirs. May they guide you, protect you, and keep you in harmony with the earth, the sky, and all living things.